everyone, hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Today I'm going to be harvesting some potatoes because, as you can see, they're all going a little bit yellow and brown. These particular ones are ready to be pulled, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll set you up here so you can see what I'm doing. So I've just pulled these ones up, and I've just pulled up a couple of small potatoes. This is like one of the favourite parts for me. It's seeing what you've grown, and I'm not sure if you can see there. Let me just bring you closer. So, these are King Edward potatoes. Forgot my trowel. So we're just gonna dig. A lot of these will probably be quite near the surface because I haven't gone too deep when I have actually started growing them and I planted them. You can't beat homegrown. Bring my little box here. Get all sorts of sizes as well. I don't know what you can find. I've also picked a few other things today. I picked some Swiss chard, some bell peppers, a couple of courgettes. As you can see, these grow so quickly. If you have cucumbers and courgettes, they are a really great thing to grow because every few days you just seem to have more to pick. So you get a really good harvest with them. And when I've done this section, I'm going to try and plant something here straight away to keep using the land so that I don't have gaps. I can't actually remember what I've been growing lately, but I just need to have I had some more seeds on the go in the polytunnel because they just grow so fast in there that it just saves so much time. I really recommend getting a polytunnel if you have space on your plot or in your garden, even if you have a greenhouse, which would help majorly. So this area is now cleared. These are just those little cabbages that I rescued. I've tried to get rid of some of the dead leaves that they had, but they're not very strongly rooted at the moment, but they should do okay. I mean, they haven't been in there very long, less than a week, but I just needed to get them in the ground where I had a space. But now I have a bit more space. I'm figuring out what I can put in there next, really, but I need to get some more compost so I can grow a few more things from seed because this land hasn't been worked very well for however long. It's very dry and it's not a very good soil at all. But then saying that, everything's thriving, but it hasn't been fed anything for some time, so I want to start the seeds off in some compost, and I'm just thinking what would be the best thing really to grow here, something that I can grow through the autumn. I was going to show you some stuff in the polytunnel actually, but before I do that, I'll just show you, this is what I have harvested today. There's the King Edward potatoes, and then there's another variety which I thought was the Desiree potatoes, but the person that had the plot before me, he's actually still on the plot behind, but they said it was a variety that they got from Devon, so I'm not sure what they are, but they're pretty nice. These are the little peppers that I've picked. There's a couple of courgettes, and then there's some of this Swiss chard. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm gonna give some of that to my family because I've got some more potatoes at home as well, and some onions, and just do them like a little box of bits. Thought that'd be quite nice to share because I've still got so many potatoes sort of over there and over here, over there. So you know, there's plenty to go around. Anyway, I'm going to show you what's going on in the polytunnel now. So I come in here just to get some side shoots off of the chilies and the pointy peppers, because they're starting to look a lot healthier since I've been doing that, and it's just helping them to grow height rather than just bush out. So as I was looking at this one, I came across its first pointy pepper there. And there's loads of flowers on this, all over the place, and you know, on all of them. So that's a good sign. And then these ones are the chilies, which I'm trying to find one that had it on it. Here, for example, we've got our first, you know, little flower, which is going to turn into it. Some really cool bugs that you see here as well. I'm not sure what it is. You see some interesting wildlife. I had a thin-legged red spider on me earlier when I was digging up the potatoes, and I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, but when I felt something on my leg, I kind of shook it off and then I saw this spider run off. I was like, oh my goodness. But anyway, so this is how the tomatoes are doing. I'm not actually sure if these are yellow tomatoes or just like the moneymaker red ones, but what I've been doing is taking a lot of the leaves off under where the fruit are growing, and it's supposed to encourage obviously a lot more tomatoes. I've got some cucumbers growing here, excuse my fingers over the lens. I just wanted to show you that has grown to that size in about 2 days. It was about a third of the size and about a third of the thickness. So it just shows you how quickly they grow, and they don't need too much water either. In fact, they're a bit like courgettes, like too much water and it can actually ruin the plant. There's another one there. The other one, see, this is how they start. They're like that. It's lovely just to see them changing even day by day, because so much can happen in a short space of time. I mean, I've just picked some courgettes that a couple of days ago were this size, and now they're like fully grown. So, and you don't want a courgette that's too big. I think these are the container tomatoes, so these are just going to be like little cherry tomatoes, but I just can't wait for these to turn red, because the last 2 allotments we've had problems with the tomatoes. Last year it was blight. The year before that I think we had like really inconsistent weather and they all just split. So I'm yet to actually enjoy some tomatoes, so I can't wait for all of these to finally ripen up and start enjoying them. These are the first peas that I've picked, and as there's only a few, me and my daughter are just going to eat them raw. These are my plants, and I actually didn't start these until probably a few months ago. They were quite late starting. I just decided I wanted to try peas, but with the hot weather they're doing really well. They're just suddenly taking off, and this is, you know, the peas have just suddenly started growing. So it's amazing how they just like appear in the space of a day or two, and you're like, how do things grow so fast? You remember these little squash I was telling you about just in the introduction video, that I wasn't sure what they were? In the space of a day, they've grown so much more as well. I mean, this is what they look like. They're yellow, but there's so many, like on one plant. They're just everywhere. There's another one here somewhere. Here it is. This is a really nice one. I think these are going to be like a small orange squash, but you just keep finding them, and that's part of the enjoyment, where you're hunting and seeing what things are turning into, and you just get that excitement of, you know, when you see a flower, like, oh, what's it going to be, if you've forgotten like me. Some more over here, and then that little one over there, it was in the polytunnel, but it wasn't enjoying. Every time I watered it, it looked like it was going to die, so I think it just didn't really like where it was. But I put it here yesterday, and already it seems happier in this place, so hopefully it will live its little best life there. These are some little radishes that I need to plant out. I'm probably not going to do that today because I'm going to have to go soon. But there's always stuff you can do here. And what's nice to see is we're actually seeing some wildlife now, because probably a couple of weeks to a month ago there was like nothing. And it's like, where are all the bees and the butterflies and, you know, everything, the pollinators. And even just to see a little ladybird there eating away at the little bugs, it's just nice to know that there's life around. This is what I do when I go round. I just keep pulling off the yellowy leaves to try and discourage slugs to eat any of my crops. These are my sunflowers. I think I showed you these in my last video. Yeah, this little one here hasn't really been getting much sun, so I might move that one. I don't spend hours and hours weeding, but as I'm going around, if I do see something that's quite big or that I can just grab on my way back to the compost heap, I just chuck it in. I've been putting loads of food waste in here. These are those decompost, I can't think what they're called, biodegradable bags. I have a little compost bin in my kitchen, so all my vegetable sort of waste I throw in here. But there's all sorts of things, banana skins and vegetable peelings and bits of melon skin and just anything really. But I need to get a little bit more brown waste to throw in there. Anyway, that's it for today. It's just my little allotment update. Not a lot to tell really, but it's just nice to notice little things going on. One last thing I've just remembered, because I only just saw it as I was passing. But I was just looking at the runner beans, and I've just noticed that they're just getting their first beans. Although this one's got a lot of black fly on, so I think I might just pick that one off because I don't want to risk that on my other plants. That's it for today, so catch you next time down the plot. Bye.